I'm so excited to do this.
You got sarcasm coming out of your butt, Jeff. You got a sarcastic butt, Jeff. But. Ew, why is that all wet?
Sorry for my hands. I just washed my hands.
Oh, good job.
I'll tell you one thing. I can't wait to go hang out with Dan tomorrow.
What, Jeff? That's so mean.
Why does that mean?
Why don't you like to hang out with me?
Because you just purposely try to drive me nuts anytime you can get.
I don't think that's correct at all. I think I'm just trying to have a little fun. And right now you're all like,
Come on. All right, well then.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
Jamie's sass.
Exactly. My hair is also kind of crazy. I had a nap and then I didn't brush my hair after. It is the end of the month. Happy July.
Canada Day.
When is this coming out?
Canada Day.
No. It's coming out on the 3rd.
Canada Day.
4th. Happy birthday, America. Hope you had a good day. I know we had a good birthday up here in Canada, I'm sure. It was probably raining.
Bet you they had a lot of fireworks.
I bet you they had a lot of fireworks.
A lot. They
like
love.
a lot.
They love fireworks.
Like so many fireworks.
Love them.
I bet it. We are here today to do our monthly board game wrap-up. Last month, we played like no games. You remember last month?
It wasn't that
Ugh,
bad.
worst month ever.
It wasn't.
This month potentially has the potential for being one of our best months.
Played a lot.
We played a lot of games.
I've been on a good little trek of learning games.
Jeff's been learning games.
I want to give myself props.
Props to you.
I've been learning a new game almost every day.
Yep, and the Doolins were here, so we had a lot of gaming to do.
Mm.
So, needless to say, we got a lot to get through today. Obviously, we're not going to talk about every single game, but we are going to talk about some of the games, and you know what else we're doing?
Pass me that soda.
It's MunchPak time! For anybody that doesn't know, MunchPak is a subscription service that delivers snacks to your door from around the world with this little happy face on it.
I do like the box.
This is the family size box, and this video is sponsored by MunchPak, so thank you to MunchPak. We will be doing some taste testing throughout the video as we discuss board games and snacks. Jeff wants...
If this is your first time, this is my favorite part.
Jeff's favorite part is the soda, the sody pop, okay?
This looks like a lime ice cream.
I don't know
lime
what
creamsicle.
Jeff, you can't try it. I have to finish explaining.
God damn it.
Okay? This is the family pack. It comes in many, many sizes. It comes in a mini, which is little, only 5 snacks. It comes in original, which gives you 5, 6,
What's
7,
that poutine?
8, 9, 10. Gives you 10 snacks.
Poutine, a popular dish that emerged in Quebec, wasn't considered a real word until as recently as 2014. It is composed of fries topped with cheese curds and hot gravy.
Poutine's a real meal.
God. I'm getting a poutine tomorrow.
Are you?
I'm going to Daryl's. I'm getting a PB burger and a poutine.
This is the family pack, so it comes with, now I lost my count, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 snacks, and we also have the soda pop add-on, okay? So you have lots of options. We do have a code that you can get $5 off your subscription, so feel free to use it. Yes, Jeff, you may. This is like kind of crazy full.
I do think there's more than 20.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So, okay, this is called Poca Sapporo Gabunami Melon Cream Soda from Japan. Melon Cream Soda from Japan. That's very sugary.
You know an orange creamsicle?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not.
It's not that.
It's melon.
It's as if that was a melon creamsicle melted and put into a bottle.
It's very, very sweet.
It's very sweet. It's very smooth.
Smooth. Ooh, good word.
Damn, this would be good as a freezy.
Yeah, save it. We could freeze it. You make a slushie out of it.
Save it.
That is the first thing. Now we're going to get into some stats, talk about some games, and try some snacks, okay? So the month of June was an excellent month for us. Why? Because we played a butt ton of games, okay? We played a total of 75 different games, 115 plays, and we played 22 new to us games.
115 total plays?
Yes.
Including BGA?
Yes.
So...
But to be fair, neither of us played a ton, like finished. Would only be completed BGA games.
So it's like four games a day.
That's the stats. Now let's jump into some games. We are not going to talk about all these games. In fact, I'm not even going to mention all of them. We are just going to pop on the screen right here a list of all of the games. Because if we go through all of them, it's going to take us 10,000 years, and we want more time to talk about some of the
10,000 years?
Gives you
such a kink in the neck.
It's crick.
Kink.
Crick.
Kink.
Crick.
Kink.
Crick.
I don't argue with Jamie anymore because it doesn't matter. I'm
You don't
always
win.
wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
The first game that I wanted to talk about
God, that's
is a game that we have so far only played on BGA. But I am so obsessed with this game. I need to find it and I need to buy it. We're soon going to New Jersey and we're going to visit our friends. And when we go there, we're probably going to go to board game stores. And if I find it, I'm going to get it. But I know Billy and Michelle own this. Okay?
It's fine.
So we have to play it. Spots. This is a game that is very similar to like Can't Stop. It's a push your luck game. It's a dice game where you're rolling dice. You're rolling the dice, and the pips on the dice represent like spots on Dalmatians. And you are trying to fill out these different cards in order to like collect as many dogs as you can. But the thing is, you can choose to like keep going. Any of the dice you don't use have to go to your backyard, okay? And if they're greater than 7, you bust.
Correct.
So
at any point,
At
too.
any point. So on your turn, you're
Not even
picking
just on
like
your turn.
you're picking a card that gives you a special action to do. It might be like roll 3 dice, then roll another, or roll all of the dice and pick one number to use as many times, or whatever it might be. And then any dice that you can't use have to go into the backyard. So that's literally it. That's the game.
Yep.
It is so cute. It's so much fun. I don't know. I love push your luck games.
It's a little like twist on Can't Stop.
Yeah, I feel like you would probably like it more in person.
I just didn't really know what was going on. Like, I just hopped into that game with you and Mike, and like, I didn't really know what the cards meant. I didn't really know what the actions meant. I kept busting. Like,
Yeah.
I had multiple like dogs completed, but like then I would just bust randomly. I'm like, I don't understand why this is happening. But that's what you get when you go on BGA and don't learn.
That's very true. The next game I want to talk about just very quickly, like very, very quickly. Don't want to do a whole thing, but Doolin and Emily brought this game that was in like a Popeyes candy stick box. Like if you know what I mean.
No, okay, wait.
Like
we
a
have to
matchstick
clarify. Yeah,
box.
Popeyes, they're going to... Americans are probably going to think the chicken.
Oh, no. Like Popeyes candy sticks at Halloween. They're in these little
They're
boxes.
the ones the kids always use to pretend like they're smoking cigarettes.
Exactly. Anyways, the game is called Hue, and I think they picked it up at like Barnes & Noble. Just like a little travel
I
game.
really like that game.
Where you're like building out patterns and you're trying to score like off of certain colors. So you've got like cards in your hand that are telling you what colors that you get to score at the end. And so you're trying to build long paths and like cut other people off. It's got a little mean element.
Yep.
I thought it was really fun. Like,
It reminded me a little bit of Abstract Academy.
Yes.
But better.
Yeah. Honestly, like Abstract Academy is a game that it really didn't click with either of us so much.
Yeah, it was too area control-y.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah,
This
I
just
didn't
simplifies
like the Abstract combo with the
the objectives and whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was just like trying
This
to be
is
a little bit
just
too much.
Build your lane.
This was a great iteration of that like color pattern building.
So simple
thing.
and just like this cute little box thing. Okay. Do you want to have a snack?
Sure.
All right, what do you want?
While you're grabbing something though, because I don't think you're going to talk about it, I want to quickly just mention Sheepy Time. It's been a hot minute since we played Sheepy Time.
Yeah.
We talked about Sheepy Time a bunch when we like first started the channel, and I just want to throw it out again. That game is really, really, really good.
Really, really, really
It is
good.
another push your luck game, and basically all you're doing is card play, and you're going around this rondelle. There's abilities that are attached to these cards that you're playing, and you'll go around a rondelle and you'll jump a fence, and then each time you'll need to decide if you want to keep going around the rondel.
Another push
Meanwhile,
up.
there's a monster that's kind of around, and if the monster catches you, you wake up and you lose all of your progress. That's pretty much Sheepy Time. I just want to mention it again because I feel like it kind of went under the radar for a long time, and I never hear it talked about, and it's one that we just got to play again, and it hit just like the first time. So good.
So good.
Yeah.
We are going to be trying potato fries, ketchup-flavored potato fries. They're called Oshi potato. These are from the Philippines, and they look like potato sticks. I don't know. Fries with ketchup built in. You know, we're Canadian, so we love ketchup chips. Whoa. Those smell very ketchup-y.
That tastes like a ketchup cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
That's really good. Okay, fun fact. I don't love cheesies.
I do.
And ketchup chips aren't my favorite. They're good, but they're not my favorite. But this combo,
It's like a stale cheesy.
this is, yeah, I do like stale cheesies.
This is delicious.
This is incredible, actually.
Ketchup, but to be fair, ketchup chips are my favorite
And
kind
you
of
also
chips.
like cheesies.
And I love cheesies. Oh my god.
These might be one of the best chips that have been in the packs.
This is my favorite thing. Everything else might be a disappointment from here. One thing that I would like to do in the future, you all let me know. I have always had this idea to do a board games around the world episode, and it would be such a good thing to do with one of the MunchPaks if we could find matching games with countries from the snacks. What do you think about that? The next game I want to talk about is a very random one that we played at the Boardroom Game Cafe. It was called...
I didn't play that one, did I?
Yeah. It was
I don't
called
remember this
In
at
the
all.
Palm of Your Hand, where basically it has a mixture of like a dexterity game / mysterium. So basically you are acting, one person is acting as an elderly person who has lost their memory.
Oh, yes.
And there's a bunch of different items on the table. And the person needs to close their eyes and their partner needs to put things in their hand and like get them to feel. So like, let's just say this literally could be something.
I actually think this might be something
Part
in
of the game.
And someone would be like,
So like maybe they're trying
or
to
maybe it's
like,
a snake and they want you to be like,
so basically you're trying to get people to guess what images are on like the card. So there's like 5 cards laid out in front of you. You have to try to guess which cards are the ones that the person is trying to get you to guess using all of these different items. It was a very bizarre game, very unique. I think
incredibly tactile.
incredibly tactile.
Not my cup of tea.
Not Jeff's cup of tea.
I had a
But-
good time. It was different. I've never played. It was like Mysterium. Yeah. It's like Mysterium, but like...
It's like Feely Cup.
Feely Cup. Yeah, it's like Mysterium Feely Cup.
Yeah. And I think like for us anyways, that is a game that I would never buy.
Mm-mm.
But I'm happy that I experienced it because it was so different. So
Yeah.
I would say if you get a chance to try this game at like a game cafe, your friend has it, definitely give it a go because it was so different, very unique.
I've never played anything like it, that's
Me
for
either.
sure, yeah.
The next game I want to talk about is another one we played at the Boardroom Game Cafe called Alhambra. We're in a game of this on BGA right now.
Where?
With Michael Murphy.
Kyle.
Mikhail. Oh, that's right. Sorry, it's Mikhail. I always pronounce that wrong. Anyways, basically what you're doing is you're just like purchasing tiles from a market. You're like collecting money of different colors. You're purchasing tiles. And then you're putting them out in your own little player board trying to create roads or walls.
Walls, yeah.
To get points.
You have like a collective draft area where you're all either taking cards or taking...
buying tiles.
Purchasing tiles, which are basically like they all have different color types and walls around them. And there's placement rules in this little section of your board that you're allowed to place these into. But what's unique is like if you purchase, so all of these tiles have a purchase price as well as a color required to purchase them. But if you purchase one of those tiles with the exact amount that it's required, you can then do another action. And you can do that as many times as long as you are perfectly buying something.
As long as you're practically
so,
perfect.
for example, if like there's a tile out there that costs 9 green and you use an exact combination of 9 green purchasing power,
Mm-hmm.
you then get to go again. So if you have a bunch of chains ability to do that, you can take a bunch of
keep
things
on going.
and put them out into your little area.
Yeah. Point is, I crushed.
It's very good.
I crushed them.
I'm crushing you both right now.
I am not doing well in this
I
game,
am
but I crushed
crushing
you
you.
in the game that
I
we
am
already played.
crushing you both right now, like
It is
grapes.
I think it's an older game for sure. There is a big box version of this. This is a game that I would definitely love to own. I thought it was so much fun, and I knew nothing
And
about
it would be so incredibly easy to teach.
it. Mm-hmm.
We just did a
totally.
video with that, and I think that game could have probably been on that video.
For sure. Snack?
Sure.
Mint white?
Enjoy it.
What about these, Jeff? These are from Trinidad and Tobago. They are called Ole Extreme Barbecue. I like to go from salty to
Sours.
sweet. So we'll do a couple salty and then we'll move into the sweet.
I wonder if those Mexican treats have the tamarind in them. It smells like Dorito.
They're tortilla chips.
These taste like Tostitos.
Yeah.
You know the ones that like are kind of wavy? They're like rectangular, but they're a bit wavy.
Sun chips?
No.
What are you talking about? You're talking about sun chips.
I'll show you. They taste like these things.
Fritos.
I don't know if you have them in the U.S.
They're corn chips, though. Next game that we want to talk about is a game that has been sitting on our shelf of shame for a very long time.
And this one, just quick caveat, was sent to us by Key Enigma.
Yes.
So
Many
just for
moons ago.
transparency's sake.
That is called The Butterfly Curse. And this is an escape room, a horror escape room that comes in an envelope. And it's run through, like, you go to a website, and a browser, like all of these different things. It involves other stuff that we obviously can't mention because it's spoilers. This game literally scared me so bad, I screamed thrice. Real, literal screams because there's jump scares in it. So just fair warning.
Yeah.
Scary.
It got me screaming.
It got all of us screaming. We all got scared.
Uh-huh.
However, as it went on, the theme, so right now I'm just talking about the theme. The theme ended up turning into, it was generic horror. But the beginning, and there were different pieces that did give you a good scare. It was so difficult.
It was very challenging.
I think we may have been too dumb to do it.
I think it was so challenging that it pulled us out of the experience of it. It was too difficult. The puzzles were a bit too
like we had to we had to Google things and it expected you to do that.
Yeah, it wasn't quite intuitive enough that you had enough information to know what you needed to do. Like there were some times where the information that you required was within the browser, within the game.
Yeah.
And sometimes you needed to go outside of that and like Google things, but it wasn't very good at telling you.
No. So you'd waste a lot of time like looking through stuff.
Yeah,
and
so
then
you'd be like
oh,
spending time on this
it.
browser they've built looking for information. It's like it's not here, and it's like, well, maybe we just need to Google it, and that's what you needed to do, but it didn't tell you that. I think they had something really, really good here. Just the delivery wasn't quite there.
Yeah. For us, anyways. Yeah. However, I do know a bunch of people have really enjoyed this, and I do think that if you are more experienced than us in escape rooms and doing these types of puzzles, give it a go, and it might be something that you really enjoy because, like I said, there were parts of it where we were like all in, and then it just got to a point where we were like, I'm too dumb to do this. Let's just click the hint. Okay, next game on the list is another one I finally got off the shelf of shame, and that is Set a Watch, which is a solo RPG type experience. So essentially it's very like D&D-esque in terms of like you choose your party and you've got like a ranger and a warrior and a cleric and like these types of things. So you choose your party and you go on this adventure where you are going through a deck and defeating different monsters until you get to the big bad guy. During the game, you also have to like send somebody to the camp, and at the camp, that person gets to do a bunch of actions to kind of elevate your team a little bit, and then you go into like a fight phase where you're using dice and all of these things. It is super fun. It has been one that I've wanted to play for a while. We've had it sitting on the shelf for a while. You can play it with more people. However, I don't know how it would play with more people. I think it really is truly like a good solo experience.
Yep.
And it's a game that Doolin loves. And so he was here, he taught me, and then literally like the day they left, I set it up and I played it. And I really, really liked it. So now I'm excited to play it more. I might stream it, I think, one night. I think that'd be a good one to stream. And then I would like to get some of the expansions.
Of course.
Of course. This is called Lucas Squinkles Squinkles Salsa-getti Sour.
Salsa-getti, like spaghetti and salsa.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas Squinkles Salsa-getti Sour.
Oh, I think you're supposed to put the salsa. There's a package.
Oh.
You're just eating raw nudes. So sticky. I don't like it. I gotta wash my hands. Ew, what is it? This makes me think of like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
That like bug cooking thing. Do you guys remember that? Probably some of you do, some of you don't.
It's very lemony.
I feel like kids would love this.
Yeah.
It looks like worms. Ugh.
It doesn't add anything.
All that work for nothing, eh?
Like, the little, like, worms are sour, like, apple-y taste.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stuff I just put on is basically just, like, really strong lemon flavor.
Yeah.
But when you eat them together, it doesn't combine. So you can taste the apple and the lemon, but it doesn't, like, mix.
Mm-hmm.
So either you're getting a big mouthful of lemon or a big mouthful of, like, apple flavor.
Right.
It's the novelty of it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like kids being like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm going to try this one. It's from the United States. It's also green apple. They're just like candy chews. It's called Megabits.
Looks like corn. It, like, stained my finger.
Mm-hmm. Mmm.
Yeah, I want to try one of those. It stained my hand.
Mmm. Now that's what I'm talking about. Next one we want to talk about is a game from Capstone Games, which was sent to us for review, so thank you to Capstone, and that is Watergate.
Finally.
Finally. We've been wanting to play this game for literally years. It's a 2-player only game. One person plays Nixon's crew. Not a crook.
I'm not a crook.
Not a crook. We don't know anything about it, but one person plays the editors, the journalists, the people who are trying to find him out. Yeah. And it's basically like a card event-driven game.
It is a CTG.
It's a CTG.
CDG.
CDG. Card-driven game.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a freaking blast playing it. Like,
yeah, I very
we
much
played
like
it twice. We played it, we played it and when we learned it, and then we played it on stream. So you can watch a playback of that if you're interested on our other channel. But yeah, first, like, I think it says a lot when you just don't care about the theme at all. Like, we know nothing. We're not American. We don't know anything about this.
I learned some American history.
We have realized that these types of games are our jam. Like Votes for Women, Watergate, Cuba Libre, like any of those kind of different games.
I still think I prefer Twilight Struggle.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely a more accessible game than Twilight Struggle. If it's not my favorite mechanism in games, it might be getting there.
Mm-hmm. Then we played a game from Thunderworks Games. So Thunderworks also sent us a box of goodies, and this game was in it, and that is called Lockup.
That's what I wanted to play at Higher Player Camp too.
We'll play that this weekend. So Lockup is, first of all, it's like set in the role player type of world. So the artwork is very similar, all of these things, and based on the name, you probably guessed it. You got freaking locked up.
You locked up.
You locked up. You're in prison. And you are trying to, like, do these, well, I don't actually really know fully what the theme is, but you are basically, like, putting your little gang out into different cells. And then whoever has the highest power, strength in those cells gets to activate that cell's ability, whether it's their first ability, second ability, whatever. And you are basically doing that to gain points.
Yeah. I think it, like, loosely the theme is, like, you know, like, you want to, like, your gang wants to be the powerful gang in the prison, you know? Like,
Totally.
you want to run around and be able to do what you want to do.
That's my real
You
life
know, like
story.
a fantasy-esque theme of it.
Yeah, and I thought it was super fun.
Yeah, we played that too, which I don't think would be ideal. I shouldn't say don't think. Isn't
It's
ideal
not ideal
for this game.
No.
But I also very much enjoyed it at 2, so I assumed that I would like it at 3 or 4.
Well, because a big part of it is like having control over the cell so you get things, and if the more people that you have, the less like you might be blocked out
Yeah, a
of
little
an
bit.
action. We didn't really block each other a ton.
A little bit less freedom at more player count, and I really do enjoy the decision because you're placing your power out, but you're allowed to place a certain amount of tokens down face down. So that the other players can't see what you've kind of bid. I really like that hidden bid idea
Yeah,
in games.
same.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it at higher player count.
Same. Let's have a snack.
I wish that poutine was in the box, because I would eat that
Same.
right now.
We're gonna have cotton candy, Pop Rocks. Okay, can you tell me where this is from and what?
Cotton Candy Pop Rocks
Why do I feel like it's from America?
is from South Korea.
It's from South Korea.
Eye-catching rainbow layers of indulgent cotton candy, each with their own fruity flavor and then sprinkled with Pop Rocks. That sounds really good.
What? It's actually cotton candy. I love cotton candy.
It's actual cotton candy.
That's what I said.
Oh, that is weird. This is weird. All the
Oh my
Pop
God.
Rocks are falling out.
I love Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks aren't popping. Give me
Mine
that
are.
Pop Rocks. Give me that.
Really? Here's what
I
here.
love Pop Rocks. Like, I put Pop Rocks in my Blizzards. Next up is a brand new game that we got from the Boardroom Game Cafe, and it is called Thunder Road Vendetta.
Restoration Games.
Restoration Games. We forgot that we bought this, but
We did.
we are very happy that we did.
Interesting story. Some people were posting about this game, and I was like, "Oh man, we missed out on that. I knew it was something.
Idiots.
I knew that would be something I would have loved."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Ugh." And then Kat was like, "Hey, Thunder Road Vendetta's here for you," and we're like,
Yes.
"Yeah, it is." Actually,
Yeah, it
she
is.
first asked if we wanted the all-in stuff, and we did good.
We did good. We didn't do it.
You tricky girl. Huh?
We regret it.
Yeah.
This
So
is kind of like, well, it is a racing game, but it is kind of Mario
It's
Kart-esque.
I.
Where
It's Mario Kart.
yeah,
It is Mario Kart.
yeah. So you're moving along this terrain, and like different types of terrain have different movement, and then there's these hazards
Mhm.
that they're turned down. So when you drive over it, it pops, and something can happen, and you're trying to slam into other people to get them off of the track. And if you go into the impassable spaces, your car is gone.
Mhm.
So everybody starts with 3 cars, and you're just like rolling dice and placing dice, and that's how you
shooting
move.
people
And it is chaos, and it
Mhm.
is so much fun. We're going to be playing it this weekend and with more people.
Yep.
Very, 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 very excited. Love it, love it, love it.
It was.
We love a good racing game.
It might be. There's been some good games this year.
Mhm.
That one I think might
It'd be pretty up there for me too.
pretty high on
I'm
my
excited
2023
to play
list.
it again. Okay, then
Another one that's high up on my 2023.
another one. We played Undaunted Battle of Britain. Jeff,
We
wanna talk about
did.
this one?
We did play Undaunted Battle of Britain. In Undaunted, you are deck building and playing through scenarios, basically. So you have a bunch of different troop types, and you have cards associated with those troop types in order to be able to activate those troop types in order to do actions.
With those troop types.
And then basically you are trying to complete the scenario objective, whatever that objective may be.
Yeah.
It usually follows like a war history type thing. In Battle of Britain, you're doing this with planes. I don't know how people are so smart, but they've figured out a way to actually make it feel like you're flying planes
You can't
with
do-
nothing but cards. I'm sure a lot of people are like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know how to describe it to you without you playing it, have
Mhm.
played it, but they did it. So in Battle of Britain, it's the same as the Normandy, the North Africa, etc., except you're just planes. And all of these planes have different maneuverability types, like, you know, whether they take slow turns or fast turns or whatever. like, you basically have to swoop in, take your shots, and then it might take you a couple turns to, like, get your big bomber plane turned around to go into the direction you need to go in, because you can't just turn on a dime with this game. You basically get to move, and then you can maneuver once, then you have to move, and then you can maneuver again. It's like this slow movement type.
Yeah.
That seems like it would be a hindrance, but man, they nailed it.
You just need to be a little bit more strategic in the way
They
that you
nailed
move.
the movement of planes. I very much enjoyed Battle of Britain. I think I liked it more than Normandy, which is kind of crazy because Normandy is in my top 10 of last year. I want to play Battle of Britain more because we only played the first scenario.
Yeah.
But man, I really, really, really enjoyed it.
So fun.
Just FYI, this game was sent to us by Osprey Games, so take that for what it is.
This is an American one, so is that boring? It's Cowtail's Caramel Apple.
I want to try that too.
A new way to enjoy a classic caramel apple. This seasonal flavor is delicious with a soft caramel licorice stick filled with a tart apple cream.
Caramel licorice stick? What?
They crazy.
I don't like it. Yeah. That's not for me, dog. Why is it so juicy?
That's weird.
I don't like it.
I don't mind it.
It's the texture. The texture is so weird.
Well, it's licorice.
Oh, I hate licorice.
No, you don't.
Well, I do now. Was it juicy for you?
I mean, this side's a bit juicy.
Yeah, it's like wet. The next one that we played was sent to us from Asmodee Canada, and that is Marvel Dagger. Marvel Dagger is kind of like a more board game version of Marvel Champions, and it's also...
It's exactly Marvel Champions with a board.
Right. Now, we played it. There's just a lot going on. Jeff didn't love it.
2 reasons. I'm not a big Marvel guy. I've said that multiple times. 2, this is Marvel Champions.
I love.
I've played this game before. It's Marvel Champions with a board. That's not a bad thing. If you like Marvel Champions, you will like this game. Because it's very similar. There's event cards coming out. There's a nemesis that needs to come out that you need to attack. There's minions and objectives, just like Marvel Champions. It's got all those things. I'm not a big Marvel Champions fan. So it's not really a shock that this wasn't a huge hit for me.
I am a big Marvel Champions fan, but I think I need to play this with somebody who is into the game.
I agree.
So the thing is, it's extremely difficult. We played the intro scenario, and we were like dead so quick.
We died so fast.
Now, I don't know, maybe we did something wrong. That's totally possible. But yeah, it's a very challenge. But Marvel Champions is also very punishing. So
it's punishing in a good way. Like, I didn't dislike it because it was difficult. I'm fine with that. I think a difficult co-op is great. But when it's a theme I don't really care about.
I was Spider-Man.
I was Daredevil, which I actually really liked that Daredevil was a character. I do want to try it again. I do think you would have a better experience playing with someone that likes those games.
It does play solo too, so I might also try that because I love playing Marvel Champion solo.
But that being said, if you do not like challenging co-ops, steer clear.
Look out.
It is not easy.
The last one we're going to talk about for today is one that has been sitting on our shelf of shame for a very long time, and that is Battle of Westeros, which is a Game of Thrones version of Memoir 44 with a little bit more meat on its bones. I played as the Lannisters, and here's just one thing I need you to know, is that a Lannister always pays their debts, my friend.
Jamie, we played a scenario, Battle of the King's Road, which was favored for the Lannisters, so
favored for the
take
Lannisters.
that for what it is. If you've played Memoir 44, Battle of Westeros is the battle lore version. So there is Memoir 44, there is Battle Lore, which is a fantasy-themed version of Memoir 44 with a bit more of the command and colors kind of mechanism within it. There's a little bit more card play. It ups the difficulty a little tiny bit. I very much enjoyed it. The one thing I'll say is the finickiness of the miniatures was almost enough to make me never want to play this game again.
Yeah.
The miniatures go into standees, and they're very difficult to get in, and none of them fit very well.
No.
So they're always popping out of the standees. They're always falling over.
One miniature comes in 4 pieces, and the miniatures are this big. Now imagine a miniature this big being in 4 pieces that you have to put together, and none of those pieces stay together.
Yeah, so
That's what it's
and
like.
it's not like, you know, other games where you are actually like gluing arms onto miniatures and stuff. Like you're
No.
literally just plugging them into standees, and then
they're
they
like,
have flags on them. So actually today, because I very much enjoyed the game and we want to continue playing it, I actually took some time today and glued them into their bases so that we wouldn't have to deal with that anymore. But that was my only negative of the game.
Yeah.
I love Memoir 44. I think you very much like.
I love it. Yeah.
I think Jamie mentioned you still prefer
I think
Memoir.
I still prefer Memoir 44.
Memoir 44 is still
Although
easier.
it's just because like sometimes in these games I think the beauty comes in their simplicity, and this just had a few more things, and honestly I do think it could have just been the finickiness of the miniatures. So I'd like to try it when they're all glued together to see how I feel.
Yeah, there is just a little bit more nuance to this game that I do agree. Sometimes I think it would be better if you just made it a bit simpler. Again, I liked the card play. I liked the commanders that are out on the board.
I like
they
that
all
I knew
have
some of the characters.
Yeah, and again, we only played the intro scenario, so we didn't get to play with some of the like cooler characters like Ned Stark or like Tywin Lannister and what have you. But
Jamie Lannister.
looking forward to playing more of those scenarios.
That's all we're going to talk about. I wanted to see if there was like one more snackaroonie we could have.
All right, we are trying the Ferrero Tronchi Nocciola. When chocolate meets hazelnut, yummy things happen. This crunchy wafer is filled with chocolate hazelnut cream and tiny hazelnut pieces, making every bite a dream. That sounds...
Where is it? It's from Poland?
Yeah. I bet you this is going to be...
This looks very...
I bet you that's going to be really good. Do you like it? Hey, you want more? I'll just take a small bite. Is this your dream?
Mmm.
Here. That's Jamie's cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like Nutella.
You ate slimy noodles and I got Nutella bar.
Tastes like a Nutella chocolate bar.
Yum. We had a great month. I don't
What was
know.
your favorite game?
Oh.
Jamie asked me this earlier.
Probably Thunder Road Vendetta.
I think mine is Thunder Road Vendetta, or I think it would have been Battle of Westeros if it wasn't for the minis, which is not really like fair, but I'm calling it for what it is.
I think it's fair.
It's either I think it's Thunder Road Vendetta for me as well, but I do think Battle of Britain is close.
Yeah. So we had a great gaming month. We'd love to hear below. How was your gaming month? How many did you play? Did you get one played? That's amazing. I hope you did. That's everything that we have for today. Now, if you're interested in buying board games like any of the many we mentioned today, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is...
The Boardroom Game Cafe.
Do you like snacks?
I do.
Amazing.
Clearly.
Where should you get them?
MunchPak.
Look how many we have left. I'm so excited. Yes, definitely check out MunchPak. All the links, everything are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see,
Please subscribe.
we hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days.
I bet that. We're here today to do
Barbecues.
and fireworks. What country am I talking about?
America.
Before we get
Can you
started,
calm down?
Before we get started, this is the family pack.
Did you wake me up?
Did you rub my lamp? You did that to me. You did it to me. I could do it to you.
Sapporo, isn't that like booze?
I thought so. Like from China.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They must do sodas.
maybe, but this is Japan.
Well, maybe Sapporo is from Japan.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that's a beer. I don't.
Well, no, not you, but you can. You. S. O.
A.
A.
P. P. O. R. O.
I spelled it wrong. Sapporo beer. It is from Japan.
There you go.
Ah, there you go.
My hand is still stained. Oops. Imagine getting that like on your clothes. Oh.
Hmm.
Look at it.
got yellow fingers.
Stained my hands.
Crazy.